Kayla Nicole is denying throwing any shade at Taylor Swift by recreating Toni Braxton's He Wasn't Man Enough for Me music video for Halloween. On her podcast, she clarified that when she was younger, she didn't really celebrate Halloween, so now that she's older, she gets creative, dresses up, and does exactly what she wants. She says that people are out there creating their own narrative and that she's not in the business of tearing down other women. This was simply her celebrating an icon, Toni Braxton. This is what she said in the clip, and let me know your thoughts in the comments.
I feel like Halloween is an opportunity for you to let your creative flag fly. As someone who grew up in a Black Christian household who wasn't allowed to celebrate Halloween for real unless she was going to the church trunk holiday party and I could dress up as like an angel or a fish, I wasn't really able to creatively live my best life on Halloween growing up. Now at this big old age, I'm gonna do what I want. I'm gonna show a little skin and I'm gonna shake a little ass. And that's what happened this Halloween, honestly. Like, as with anything, I think that people will try to project their own narratives, right? But for me personally, I am, and I think it's very important to say this in this moment, I am not in the business of tearing other women down. I'm in the business of celebrating them. And for me, this moment was about celebrating an icon in my culture, someone that I have listened to since I was very, very young, whether it was in the car with my mother, whether it was me in high school when I was stealing my mom's CDs, right? Because we used to have CDs, y'all. Stealing my mother's CDs, playing it in my whip on the way to high school. Or even now, Toni Braxton, He Wasn't Man Enough for Me, is honestly in my Spotify rap, Apple rap music, top 100 every single year. It is a classic. It is a banger. I love that for many, they forgot about it and they're being reminded of it. I love that y'all are streaming it. I love that you were going and watching the video because, oh my gosh, the video is a classic as well. Please go watch the video because it's a gag. It is a gag. Y'all, also, if you listen to the lyrics of the song and then you watch the video, storytelling at its finest. And you might be surprised at the ending as well, okay? Clock that. Clock that, babe. But yes, shout out to Toni Braxton. You guys, she commented on my post. And I feel like that in itself, I feel like I won Halloween. Cheers to Halloween 2025.
Kayla Nicole is talking about her infamous Toni Braxton Halloween costume, and she says she's not in the business of tearing women down. Kayla dressed up as Toni Braxton and recreated the He Wasn't Man Enough for Me music video for Halloween. Fans were convinced that through this Halloween costume, Kayla was shading her ex Travis Kelce and his fiancée Taylor Swift. But Kayla dropped the latest episode of her podcast, The Pregame with Kayla Nicole, on Saturday, where she talks about the process of choosing her Halloween costume this year. In the episode, Kayla actually admits that she originally was going to dress up as Beyonce, but that she couldn't decide which Beyonce look to choose. So instead, she dressed up as Toni Braxton in the He Wasn't Man Enough for Me music video. Kayla says she's a huge fan of the song and it's always on her Wrapped every single year. And she insists that she only wanted to celebrate Toni Braxton when wearing the costume. She says Halloween is an opportunity for her to dress up as someone that she admires, someone that she's been a fan of, and someone that she thinks is chef's kiss. In the podcast episode, she says, "You guys don't want celebrities dressing up as other celebrities, but what am I supposed to be? A doctor or Superwoman?" She says she wants to step it up every year with her Halloween costumes, and she's trying to be the Heidi Klum of Halloween, but on the performance side. And Kayla addressed people who are trying to project their own narratives about the costume. She says, "I'm not in the business of tearing other women down. I am in the business of celebrating them." She also encouraged fans to actually watch the entire music video for He Wasn't Man Enough for Me, and that they might be surprised by the ending. In case you haven't watched it, in the original music video, Toni Braxton teams up with her ex's new wife to expose him for cheating. In her podcast episode, Kayla says, "Clock that, babe." Now, this podcast episode was filmed before Kayla deactivated her Twitter account, and she's been pretty quiet since she deactivated the account, but let me know your thoughts down below and follow me for more. If you want to know my opinion, I think both things can be true at the same time. She was celebrating Toni Braxton and maybe also throwing a little shade.
Well, this is hilarious. Today we dive into the heated debate on social media everywhere about Kayla Nicole's Halloween costume, as many people say that she intended to throw shade to Taylor Swift after Taylor Swift's new album threw a lot of shade and racist microaggressions towards black women.
I just want to say the fact that the girlies got Kayla Nicole's reference immediately and the fact that Taylor Swifties are still a little confused literally just shows the difference in the dynamics between a pop culture white woman who thinks she the shit and a black woman who knows she's the shit. All right, love you.
I'm just convinced that y'all hate black women. Kayla Nicole made a video for Halloween representing Toni Braxton's He Wasn't Man Enough, and she recreated the entire music video. And the majority of the Swifties are in this black woman's comment section bringing up Travis and Taylor. So what that tells me is you have the ability to recognize subtle shade. You also have the ability to recognize when shots are being fired at somebody. You just don't care when it's happening to a black woman. Because months ago, black women were addressing the microaggression and the subtle shade that was thrown towards Kayla and towards Megan Thee Stallion. And in response to that, y'all gaslit black women and said, it's not that deep. It's not a race issue. Taylor didn't say anything about Kayla. Taylor didn't say anything about Megan. Taylor was just trying to make a song. Taylor was just trying to make an album. So if Taylor didn't say anything about Kayla, how can you be so sure that Kayla was saying something about Taylor? It was just a Halloween video, the same way that Taylor was just making an album.
Yeah, you guys, by the way, I'm dressed as Toni Braxton from He Wasn't Man Enough for Me. Iconic moment, 2000s legendary record. Let me tell you something about this song. I've been listening to it since it came out. I have a very specific memory about it growing up. I had a white best friend. Her name was Taylor, and her mom's name was Pam. And she was the only house that I could go over to as a kid because my mom didn't play them type of games. And I specifically remember driving home from private school in my little uniform in the back of the paddy wagon with Taylor. Paddy wagon? Paddy wagon. And her mom was playing this song, playing at the top of her lungs. And it was just like an aha moment that, wow, white people listen to black people music as well. And I honestly really bonded with her because I was like, this is exactly what my mom be like, playing. This why I be over here. Yeah, my girl. I'm here, babe. She knew you was cool. Period. Yeah, I love this moment. It's really cute. I can't wait to do the TikTok little trending dance to this.
Definitely. You do kill it with the dances and the like when you did that Sierra that one time. I was like,
yeah.
you
You did Sierra too.
I did Sierra last year.
She did. I remember that now.
You mean to tell me that Kayla Nicole popped out as Toni Braxton for Halloween? I've never been more proud in my life as a stranger, y'all. Oh my God.
Halloween for me is an opportunity for me to do a little boom cat every single time. Last year I did Sierra Ride, had a little viral moment. This year I did Toni, to be honest. That iconic dress. I have a girlfriend. She has a jewelry brand. I have to shout her out. Laced by Tanea. She made that dress. That is a handmade piece that I wore. So it was like, it just worked out perfectly. I had the wardrobe. I knew that song like the back of my hand. I've been singing that since 2000. So it made sense. And I love the record. Like it is a 2000s bop. Legendary bop.
Y'all, Kayla Nicole has won Halloween. She has won Halloween. I know people are getting on celebrities for dressing as other celebrities for the holidays, but baby, this! Not only is it a great tribute costume to Toni Braxton, but this is such a creative clapback to Taylor Swift's ass. Y'all don't remember when that album dropped? She had this one song called Ophelia something, and basically throwing shade towards Kayla Nicole. Mind you, Kayla ain't never brought up that man except for the one time addressing the breakup, and that was 3 years ago. And she decided that for her Halloween costume, she was gonna channel Toni Braxton's 2000 hit, He Wasn't Man Enough for Me. Now, she made 2 posts. This is the first one. This song went triple platinum in my 2006 BMW and still getting played today. And the second one, directly a tribute to Toni. She's an icon. She's a legend. She's Toni Braxton circa 2000. And she got Toni's stamp of approval. One thing about black women, we're going to be creatively petty, and I love it. This is how you address without directly addressing. I love this. Keep it going, Kayla.
If you did not see, Kayla Nicole popped out as Toni Braxton and did the music video, He Wasn't Man Enough for Me. And if you know, you know, okay? Because people have been talking about her past relationship that she's been out of for years at this point, comparing her to his new woman and everything like that, and throwing shots through music and things like that. And she hasn't said anything about this whole time. This whole time she hasn't said anything about it.
Kayla Nicole responds, and this is what she had to say. On her podcast, she said that it was all in good fun and no shade was intended. Black women online are standing strong, celebrating her confidence and creativity. In a world quick to misjudge, this moment feels like a win for black women owning their narrative and expressing themselves freely without apology. Let's get into it.
Except for the one time when they ended the relationship and she talked about the relationship ending, okay? However, she said, I'm going to clear the room. I'm going to clear the room on Halloween. And she did it flawlessly. I mean, body was tea. Face was gorgeous. Curves were curving. And people were in the comments saying, she just wanted to show her body, da-da-da-da. Y'all just complimenting her body. I mean, look. What are we supposed to say? Like, she looks gorgeous. She cleared the room, and as a black woman, that's how you do it. I know a lot of people are like, she shouldn't have said anything, da-da-da-da. That's the problem. She wasn't saying anything at all, and people took it upon themselves to keep bullying her. So she said, I need to make a point and show y'all I'm good. I'm good. So yeah, she looked so good in that video, y'all. I said, I'm going to cancel all my Halloween plans and go to the gym. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to go work it out because I need that. I need that in my life. I need for my body to look like that. So yeah, she cleared. And I love that for her.
Y'all sound ridiculous. Kayla Nicole's Halloween costume has absolutely nothing to do with Travis Kelce or Taylor Swift. What are y'all talking about? It is not that deep. It is not that deep. Let's look at the lyrics. Who do you think I am? Don't you know that he was my man? But I chose to let him go. So why do you act like I still care about him? Looking at me like I'm hurt, when I'm the one who said I didn't want it to work. Don't you forget I had him first. What you thinking? Stop blaming me. He wasn't man enough for me. If you don't know, now here's the chance. I've already had your man. See? That Halloween costume has absolutely nothing to do with Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. Kayla likes Toni Braxton. We all like Toni Braxton. Y'all are always making a big deal out of nothing. Quit looking into shit like that. It is not that deep.
Kayla Nicole, I salute you. Aggressions without the micro. Now that, my friend, is how you shut a bitch down. I mean, that was just poetic. So Taylor, I really would like for you to go to your middle school journal, write some shit down, write your list and check it twice. Cause I really want to see how you gonna try to come back from this one. The world wants to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Kayla, you my girl. She pulled a Kenya Moore. Don't come for me unless I send for you.
Kayla Nicole had the perfect opportunity to do something great, to really make a statement, to really clear things up. And she did it. She did just that. She did more than that, actually. I told myself I wasn't going to post videos talking about celebrities or pop culture or anything, but here I am. So I'm very big on lyrics. I love to read lyrics. I love to really break them down, look into the metaphor, see what the deeper meanings of, songs are. And I definitely think that Taylor Swift tried to clock and just make a certain narrative out of certain situations. And when a person that big, does that, a lot of people take it and run with it, obviously. So when there's certain people who are affected by that and they choose to, take their own narrative back and make things clear, it's very important, especially as a woman. And I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but Taylor Swift is not a girl's girl. She's only a girl's girl with who she chooses to be a girl's girl with. I saw how she did Olivia Rodrigo. Let's talk about it. There's been just so many situations where she has really shown who she is. I don't know her personally. None of us do. Most of us don't, especially I'm saying this to the crazy Taylor Swift fans. But from what she has shown us, certain people choose to not see. I think also because she's white and y'all let her get away with a lot of things. She's very just quick to make herself the victim and then really shit on people. And I'm just over it. Like, it's tired, it's boring, it's not anything new. It's just not groundbreaking.
Friend, pick up the phone. No one has asked me, but yes, I have seen Kayla Nicole's video for Halloween of her as Toni Braxton singing one of my favorite Toni songs. You hear me? You play that song anywhere, I'm dancing to it. I have seen it several times. It's been on loop because the body is absolute chai tea. Chai tea. At that point, I was just like, you know what? Maybe I should just stop eating altogether. Maybe eating is just overrated because she's fine as fuck, number one. And number two, as a Black woman, we have got to always have the last word. You know what I'm saying? You can't we have to have the last word. And I support pettiness in all arenas, in all areas. So I think it was great. I think it was great. It was a great response, but not a response. You know what I'm saying? Do I think that the media will drag this out, or it will be dragged? Yeah, they will. They will. I wish that it could be like a fun little back and forth, but it's more than that, because now a lot of Swifties, and this is what I've been telling y'all. You want me to be in the club, but some of y'all are fucking crazy. Some of y'all are crazy. Why are y'all in her comments like that? Like, it's not that fucking serious. And that's all I have to say. Bye.
Well, I've been doing squats all weekend. How about you? Have you put your Halloween candy down looking at this? I'm no better than a man because Kayla Nicole, her choreographer, posted some behind the scenes footage of her Halloween outfit reveal. She recreated Toni Braxton's He Wasn't Man Enough video look, which was iconic, but it's about the lyrics. If you know, you know. Kayla Nicole was with Travis Kelce for 5+ years. They break up, she's minding her business, life goes on. He starts seeing Taylor Swift. And the Swifties go crazy. I've read some slick comments directed towards Kayla here and there, but for the most part, she's been unbothered. The math teacher and the gym teacher become engaged. TS drops an album, Life of a Showgirl. I've said this before. Taylor's fans listen and break down her lyrics as if they were the 10 Commandments. Always Easter eggs, major scavenger hunts. When people hear the song Opalite, they're like, this is about Kayla Nicole. I mean, come on. Sleepless in the onyx night, but now the sky is opalite. She's singing to her new man, okay? And she's saying, oh, you were always lonely because his ex was always in her phone. Onyx is a gemstone that comes in different colors, but mainly it's black. Opalite is a man-made glass that usually comes in a glowing white, blue color. This is no coinky dink and the internet knows it, so everybody is like, oh, I cannot believe it. Imagine being with your boyfriend for 5 years, you guys break up, you're moving on. But then his new girlfriend writes a song trying to shade you. So you shade her right back. Halloween 2025. We've all heard about the revenge dress, revenge body, but Kayla had a revenge moment.
And you know what? Kayla Nicole did exactly what needed to be done. She has been harassed relentlessly. I was literally talking about this a few months ago, like constantly from delusional fans who are telling her she's not allowed to even talk about a past relationship that she was in. None of us were in it. She was in it. But they all support an artist who thrives on talking about past relationships, is famous because she sings about past relationships. So the fact that people can't even recognize their hypocrisy already shows we're dealing with a delusional bunch. But the fact that she was like, you know what? I'm going to come out, pop out, and I'm going to do this song because people are going to talk about her anyway. And I think everybody can take a lesson from this, right? People will treat you however they want to treat you, and they will create any narrative to justify that treatment of you. So even if you're a great person to them, you're nice to them, you're not posting anything on social media, they will find something to make it apply to the situation they want to apply it to so that they can treat you a certain way, or that they can comment to you and tell you move on with your life, you're not even all that. They've been doing it with Kayla for ages. It happens to people every single day. I know it's happened to me in different kind of situations. People will push and poke and prod you. They want a reaction, but guess what? You have to also think about when you can use a reaction as leverage. Kayla is a content creator as well as many other things. So yeah, maximize on this moment. People will say whatever they want to say, but look what's happening now. People are talking about her, may put her in the right places, give her more opportunities, because people see not only can she take a situation that people are using to push her down but bounce back from it, but she looks great as well. That's why she won that Special Forces show. And the reality is, image is currency, and so is how you handle pressure. There's always somebody watching, and you just never know what doors it's going to open. So when you find yourself being forced to shrink or act like the bigger person in a situation where people are taunting you every day, getting away with it, or being silent and letting their fans have their way with you and throwing little subtle shots in their music, you don't always have to be the bigger person. Be the person that you are. See the long game. Don't hurt nobody, but have some fun.
I am doing my silly internet scroll and I come across this video being like, Kayla Nicole is valid for dressing up as Toni Braxton for Halloween. And a lot of you might not even know what the words that came in my mouth mean or what they signify, but Kayla Nicole is Travis Kelce's ex, and for Halloween, she decided to do a music video as Toni Braxton from He Wasn't Man Enough. And honestly, I would be like, oh, valid crash out. But they've been broken up for 3 years, or a little under 3. Like, what are you on?
And people are like, oh, it's valid because Taylor threw the first dig. Taylor did not throw the first dig. And if you think that in a song, writing the words, she was on her phone and you were just a pose, if you feel like that clicks for you and you decide to take that as rage bait, we need to send you into some therapy masterclasses. But nonetheless, Kayla did throw the first jab, punch, whatever, by liking a bunch of anti-Taylor stuff in the beginning. She also has a history of dressing up as her ex's current girlfriends for Halloween. She did this with Tiana Taylor, I believe. At one point, she dressed up as her for Halloween and then brought it up on a podcast several months later when no one caught on to what she was doing. Also, Tiana Taylor made a post about this, or like an Insta story. Also, mind you, Kayla Nicole is the one who made a TikTok saying that she wanted Travis to propose to her for 5 years. Multiple videos of her during the relationship where she's shoving her phone up in his face and being rude to him on the red carpet. So I genuinely don't know why you think that men would want to marry you. But if you're another person on the internet supporting this type of behavior, I do want you to know that that is weird. And if one of your friends had an ex-girlfriend who was dressing up as you for Halloween and posting over the internet, would you like that? I think the answer is no. And that's my point. Sorry, y'all are just weird if you think that that's behavior that can be justified.
Listen, Fred, let me tell you why Kayla Nicole's clapback to Taylor Swift was not just for herself, it was for all black women, because she got up there and showed full body yaddy after those lyrics went up and said, you know, something about savage and being a bad bitch. She said, I'm going to show you who a savage is. I'm going to show you what a bad bitch looks like. And she showed out Kayla! Yes, ma'am! Yes, ma'am. And then on top of that, those lyrics, period. It was a period. Thank you so much. Kayla said, okay, you got something against black women's bodies? I'm gonna show you a black woman's body. Bam! Ha! Hot damn! Yes, ma'am!
Hi, guys. So it's been a couple days since Kayla Nicole basically flat out won Halloween with her "He Wasn't Man Enough for Me" Halloween costume, and I wanted to talk a little bit about why this blow landed so hard on Taylor. Okay, I think it's a few different reasons. And the truth is that this really has landed hard, right? Toni Braxton herself came out to like congratulate Kayla for like a great costume. It has literally like it's blown up all over TikTok. I'm seeing on my feed people like recreating the dance and everything. Like it's outside of like the Swifties who are butthurt and trying to minimize this whole thing. Like it's very clear that Kayla won Halloween. Like who knows? He wasn't man enough for me. Might even chart for the first time in like decades. Like it's a lot, okay? And it really has to do with the fact that like Taylor public consensus right now is not on Taylor's side. And that's for a variety of reasons, okay? And I think part of that is that in A Life of a Showgirl, Taylor's behavior is widely viewed as punching down, okay? And it was not just with Kayla Nicole, it's also with Charlie XCX and that goofy, actually romantic song, right? Her alleged diss track against Charlie felt bitter and misdirected, especially because Sympathy is a Knife is not a diss track, right? Sympathy is a Knife is a very vulnerable song about, like, you know, the emotions you feel with comparison to somebody who, you know, you feel like you can't measure up to or whatever. And, you know, Charlie hasn't really said anything. Her response has very much been in the ilk of living well is the best revenge, right? Which also highlights how bitter Taylor comes across because she's responding in like a classy way with not by not responding. And Taylor just looks kind of petty and small, right? And then with in addition to the jab she took at Kayla, like it just makes her seem insecure, petty, and spirited rather than powerful, or even worse, like a person who's abusing their power to punch down on people who have less power, which nobody likes that. The second issue is that the Kayla Nicole shots on the album really did read as racially coded, right? Obviously, as we all know, because I've talked about this here on my page as well, right? As we know, with Eldest Daughter, when she says, I'm not a bad bitch, this isn't savage, it feels like a direct shot at like black vernacular and aesthetics. And then also, obviously, the whole thing in Opalite from going from an onyx night, presumably a black stone, to opalite, which is presumably a lighter, or one could even say a white stone, uh, really had racialized subtext, right? And that combined with the merchandise controversies with like the necklace and the hat and whatever else you guys want to say, it really created an impression of a pattern of racial insensitivity. Instead of addressing that directly and saying anything or coming out and kind of disavowing racism or distancing herself from the issue in any way, shape, or form, she instead has gone about it in probably the most tone deaf way possible, in which she found her to posted herself at dinner with a bunch of random black people as to say, I have black friends, and then got her black backup dancer Cam, to post a picture with her in her showgirl costume, which is literally like the worst possible way a white person can respond to any accusations of racialized commentary. By with the literally saying like, oh, but I can't be racist because I have black friends. Look at me, I've got black friends. Hee hee. Not good, not good. Tone deaf, insincere, not cute. Okay, and it's pissed off the black community to say the least. Okay. And at the end of the day, the power imbalance here really does make it come across as bullying, right? At the end of the day, Kayla is an influencer with like a few 100,000 followers, right? Taylor Swift is like probably the most powerful like artist like in the music industry, like in general, okay? Even if Kayla, like there's some like random accusation saying that, oh, Kayla liked some shady posts about Taylor and Travis. Girl, liking shady posts on Instagram is nowhere near the same as Taylor making reference to Kayla on her global #1 broke records, highest selling album in all of time album. Those are not equivalent punches, okay? Those are not equivalent blows. The optics of that are bad, okay? It's basically a billionaire, a near multi-billionaire, because her net worth is approaching $2 billion, especially after extorting her fans with this album, you know? It is a billionaire punching down at somebody with far less power. And nobody likes a bully girl. Nobody likes a bully. And because of that, public perception has shifted against her. Because nobody likes bullies, and people love seeing bullies get humbled, okay? And anyway, it also was just an excellent clapback, right? Kayla, the clapback was literally perfectly executed, right? She totally embodied Toni Braxton's like "He Wasn't Man Enough for Me" lyrics. The lyric choice of what she did in her video, where she literally says, Do you know I dumped your husband, girlfriend? I'm not thinking about him, but you married him. You know I made him leave. You know he meant to stay with me. He wasn't man enough for me, girl. He wasn't man enough for me. Perfectly executed, chef's kiss. It fit the situation to a T. It was actually amazing. And then on top of it, like Kayla was really, really, really clever picking this outfit, okay? As somebody who is I'm old enough to remember when that song was really big, the most iconic outfit is actually not necessarily this outfit from the music video, but this was an excellent choice because it does embody the whole showgirl aesthetic. Because Taylor's trying to be like, in the whole Life of a Showgirl, even though the album doesn't embody this at all, Life of a Showgirl, she's trying to like give kind of like a sexy vibe or whatever, which kind of comes off a little bit disquieting, to be honest. It really does. Whereas Kayla is like flawlessly and effortlessly sexy. She looked absolutely gorgeous. Her body was banging and she looked perfect. And she also was like really good at dancing. She danced better than we've ever seen Taylor Swift dance. And she's not even a performer. She's not even in the music industry. She's literally just an influencer. You know what I mean? And that's why Toni Braxton herself was praising the costume, because she ate. She ate. And she really proved that she could outshine Taylor, beat her almost at her own game without industry backing. You know what I mean? With just charisma and wit. And I really think that this is probably going to launch her career into the next level, truly. And I think that the rhinestones themselves are kind of like a visual irony of sorts, right? It's like literally like the showgirl is aesthetic is being reclaimed by the very woman who Taylor was punching down on, right? So everybody loves to see that because, again, nobody likes to see a bully win. Nobody likes to root for a bully. I'm sorry. I think the problem that Taylor is having is that for the duration of her career, she has always played victim and portrayed herself to be the victim, and portrayed herself to be the underdog, right? But right now, she is a person with a lot of power. She is a billionaire. She is part of this like this very, very small part of society that is hoarding wealth from a very, very large part of society, right? So she is seen in unequivocally as a person with a lot of power. Okay, she cannot play the role of a victim and an underdog and a billionaire and a global power player together. You cannot do both, okay? You have to pick one, you know? And at this point, the public is rejecting her victim narrative, which is so essential to her identity. And I think this Kayla moment really marks a turning point. You know what I mean? It makes Taylor look jealous and mean, and Kayla looks hilarious, funny, beautiful, gorgeous, sexy, and self-assured. And this was a poetic justice, and that's the kind of thing that the internet loves. Anyway, and like I said, I really expect Kayla's career trajectory to rise after this. And to be honest, if Taylor doesn't self-correct or figure out a way how to turn this around, I don't know. I kind of see her on a downward spiral. I've already made a video talking about, is this the recancellation of Taylor Swift? Girl, I don't know. I mean, like, I don't think that this is it. This is it. But if she does not course correct, like, this could be one of the first hits that kind of takes the whole thing down, okay? So this lady needs to be careful. But anyway, that's what I wanted to say. So, good to be back to regularly scheduled programming. I hope you guys enjoyed my little analysis of all this. And I hope I'll talk to you guys again tomorrow. And stream He Wasn't Man Enough for Me by Toni Braxton. And also enjoy the music video. It's a classic. I love that song so much. Anyway, bye.
Boomers, Gen X, you may not have any idea who these people are, so let me catch you up. Travis Kelce plays for the NFL. He is a tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs. He is now engaged to Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is a pop star who just released a project called The Life of a Showgirl. One of the first tracks of Life of a Showgirl is Fate of Ophelia, where she's seemingly subbing Kayla Nicole. Well, who is Kayla Nicole? Kayla Nicole was dating Travis Kelce before Taylor Swift. And before Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce had a type, and that type looked like Kayla Nicole. Of course, you know who living legend Toni Braxton is in her iconic He Wasn't Man Enough for Me video. Well, guess who's Toni Braxton for Halloween? Kayla Nicole. So instead of responding to Fate of Ophelia, she wins Halloween.
Oh, now that's how you clear a bitch. I don't know who that hoe is, but you could never.
Thank you for watching Great Minds Blacks.